Did it again. 28. Pulling 1 kilo. Maybe we should change the name.
To the public hard work.
Public nightmare. Welcome.
It's been very laborious in the fact that the weather has just been massively against it. Yeah, there's just no cooler place to be. Public dream. Daunting.
So, back again.
Seems only like yesterday we were here.
Yeah.
But look at the difference in it, the weather, the way it feels. You know, I think we're a bit early on the
last trip was way too early. We managed to catch a couple of good ones.
Yeah, it was difficult. I think 2 weeks later and it'd have been just that little bit different, wouldn't it?
Yeah, now we're in the first week of May.
Yep, but look at this place, Bas. I don't think I've ever been to a lake that is so daunting.
No, it's 500 hectares. How many acres is?
1,200.
1,200 acres.
Yeah, it's a big old expanse of water and there's so many pike anglers.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous. And you were saying the pike anglers can be a bit mean to the carp anglers.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they seem to be like
picking it up.
finding always your lines. And But first, I've never been here.
No.
You've never been here?
No.
I only had a couple of rumors on this lake.
Yeah.
It should contain some good fish.
Fingers crossed. It's a big matter. We've got to find them in here.
Yeah, we definitely have to find them.
It's ridiculous. It just looks so incredible.
We're now standing on the dam side of the lake. And yeah, this most of the time, this is also the deepest part of the lake.
Yeah.
And the other one is the shallow spot. So
and that's
I
where
think they will be heading
the night fishing is, isn't it?
Yeah. We got 2 big stretches of night fishing zones on this lake.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's just a matter of finding our spots and check it out if you could see some fish.
It's just incredible. I can't even explain what this lake's like. It's just absolute madness. It's just mega. I think the only thing we've had to do here is pay £5 for a boat permit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Little boat permit, which is just to allow you to use a boat on the lake. I mean, looking out here, we just counted 15 boats, which are all pike anglers, or bass anglers. They might be fishing for bass.
Yeah.
But we're quite away. We're actually about a 15-20 minute drive away from the night fishing zone. That gives you an idea of how big this lake is. So I think we better get back in the van and
no problem, Bones.
do a little bit more driving.
We'll fix it.
We're only about 7 hours in.
Let's go.
Let's have it. So we've spent the last 3 hours wandering around this lake, and at some points I felt like I was in Deliverance. Absolutely outrageous. Kept waiting for someone with a banjo to come out. We've ended up going on the opposite side to the main night fishing area. We've gone down to the end of a road, and as you can see, it's completely overgrown. There's one little channel we can get in the water, so we're going to get the boats in the water, load the gear, and we're just going round to the right. There's an old road that runs out from here. It actually says access into the route submerged, which means the road's closed, it's underwater, which is obviously very old. So we're just figuring that is a feature in the lake. We haven't seen any fish. We have seen a couple of carp anglers. They've done 10 nights and had 1 fish. The bloke actually looks like he's probably done about 100 nights without moving. Bas got near him and was like, I don't want to shake his hand. No. So the plan is we're going to have a couple of nights here. I'm going to get the boats in, get the echo out, see if we can find some spots, get a little bit of bait on spots. They did say there was quite a lot of bream and tension here.
So you will love it.
I will love it. I will catch a bream. I always catch a bream. But the jet skis are absolutely flying around here. But it is a bank holiday in France because it's VE Day, so it is bank holiday, which is why it's so busy with pike anglers and jet skis. So we're hoping tomorrow it goes a lot quieter. So this lake is we've spoken to a few anglers about this lake, and they call it's one of the Champions Leagues. So it's quite a difficult lake, and as those guys said, 10 nights, 1 fish between 3 of them, just shows how difficult this lake can be. But I'm super confident, you know, that we can get a fish if they're here. But on a lake of this size, they could be anywhere. You know, 1,200 acres. You know, there's 2 arms, there's a massive open area. This does look shallower than that end, which in this time of year, it's a bit warmer. They could be down here thinking spawning. There's lots of reed lines everywhere. We've just got to get it go. You know, we haven't got anything else to go on. We've got an area where we can fish. We've got some good depth, so
let's
get
try.
the boats in.
Let's go, Bonesy. So yes, I've put all of my rods out. It's quite difficult to find spots as well. It's quite weedy, and behind the weed there isn't that much. It drops off to approximately 4 meters, then it just really slows down. Put one rod in the middle of the lake. There's like an old riverbed in the middle, and it drops down there. Not a real typical spring spot, but yeah, you can fish with 4 rods each, so just have to make the most of it. The other ones in small gaps in the weed, and Bonesy also managed to put 2 rods out.
It's tough going out there, Bas, with them jet skis and power boats and water skiers and everything else. But I've managed to find a couple of spots, one quite short on the right. There's a huge weed bed and I'm just on the edge of it. And then a little bit further out in slightly deeper water, I've found a real nice, it's rock solid, that's for sure. And I've put rigs on both of those now, and now I'm just going to do my bigger baited spot, which is going to be straight out in front of me. I'm going to do a real large area, put straight out, you know, 10 kilo of bait all over the area, and hope that if a few fish turn up, then I'm going to stop them in their tracks. But for now, I've just got to get these last 2 rigs steamed and we're good.
It's 8 o'clock, having some food as well.
Yep, burgers for dinner. And a whiskey for my birthday.
Oh, lovely. I was dreaming about carp of 25-30 kilo, and then in the evening I already get a take, and I saw multiple catfish just cruising around my spot.
Where is it? There it is, look. There it is. Oh, you know I love a bream. Bas absolutely loves a catfish. Fish, Bas.
I want to go home. I've just been here.
Look at that. Oh well. Just means you got to get back out there, get the rod back out and catch another one.
At least there's fish in the area.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Enjoying life, Bonesy?
Yeah, man. It's the pack up in the rain, ultimate effort equals ultimate rewards. It's just savage.
Lovely. The public dream.
Yeah.
Maybe we should change the name.
To the public hard work.
The public nightmare. Welcome.
Oh, we're good.
Oh.
A little bit more stuff and we can head to Canyon 2. So this is what we're having to carry all of our stuff over. Right crack. Well, we've packed up and we're moving again. This is the story of our life when it comes to this fishing, Bas.
Yeah, definitely.
We just wasn't feeling it. You know, you had those catfish in the night, and you know, sometimes in fishing you feel that you're in the right spot. We haven't seen any fish. It was flat calm last night. We sat up, didn't see anything. You know, nothing today. Been back out over the spots with the lucky glass. Still bait there, no fish visiting. You know, and we just felt that it just didn't feel right, and there's not many places you can fish on this lake, so we've decided that we're going to move again and go to another lake. This one's about 350 acres, something like that, 400 acres, so it's still a big old expanse of water, slightly larger stock than is in here. We've got about a 2.5 hour drive. We've just packed up in the wet and I am soaked, so do you fancy McDonald's, Bas?
Yeah, definitely. I'm starving.
We're going to go find something to eat, and then we're going to go get back on the road, and we'll see you at the next lake.
Living the dream.
Yeah, baby. Ooh. Let's move.
So, just arrived at the lake with the old man Bonesy.
Nice of you to wait for me when you overtook that line. Got lost. We've just spent 10 minutes driving around the lake trying to find him. So there's absolutely zero phone signal here. I mean, where we've parked now, we've just got our first little bit.
Yeah.
We're driving around the rest of the lake, nothing. So I'm lost trying to find the Dutchman.
I was a little bit too enthusiastic to watch the spots. It's quite busy on the lake, or
Yeah.
busy in forms of 7 anglers on 150 hectares.
Yeah.
And
But there isn't many swims, so.
It starts raining again.
And they put their rods like that.
Yeah.
So,
But so plan for the night.
get boats blown up, get gear ready, so we can literally load the boats first light.
Yeah.
Because we've got to boat our kit to our swims. This is the only place you can get boats in.
And
Really.
as you can see, it's now already raining, so we're now going to prep as much as possible. Stay the night in a bivvy on the parking lot, living the gypsy lifestyle.
Come on, let's get some boats done.
Yeah. Good morning. Actually, it's not a really good morning. Come over, Bonesy.
I've got my winter gear on. The only beanie I could find in the van, I took it all out.
We've had quite a interesting night. Didn't sleep that much.
A lot of rain,
And
lot of wind.
Still doubting ourselves if we are doing any good to fish this lake.
The right choice.
If it's the right choice. Forecast is also really bad.
Heavy
And
rain for the next 5 days.
yeah, and we have to move the gear by boat. So now we have another option, and we were already walking here for half an hour deciding what to do.
So we're going to flip a coin.
And we already flipped the coin. And
It landed on move and go
Move.
to another lake.
okay, let's go. Pack everything up again.
It's wet. Really wet. I managed to dry my jacket under the heater in the van when we were driving.
Me too. Mine's almost black. But we arrived on the lake. We've now made camp already, but it's raining quite hard, so we're not able to film any proper footage. So
We'll get some bits later on, hopefully.
yeah,
Get something set up. It's a
No-
nice lake.
no
It's
fancy,
huge, isn't it?
no fancy drone shots.
No. Can't even get the drone up.
Yeah.
Raining too much, too windy.
It's a shame, but yeah, that's life, boys. Can't change the weather.
No, but
We made a decision, and now
we flipped a coin. The coin told us to come here, so that's where we are. I think we'll be all right. The wind's blowing into us, and I know this lake's quite featureless. You were saying you fished
yeah,
it before, but
I fished here loads before, so. But
It
I've,
should be a good one for some bites.
I've said it in the past as well, so.
I just can't believe we've had 7 degrees today. Bas.
Yeah.
7 degrees. It's May the 9th. Come on.
Okay, let's put the rods out, and then hopefully we'll get our reward.
Yeah, we will. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Bonesy.
So we need to fill you in on really what's been happening over the past few days, because it hasn't started, but it hasn't been successful.
No.
And it's been very laborious in the fact that the weather has just been massively against us.
Yeah,
But-
I think it's almost rained for 36 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, but then doing this public lake fishing, you want to keep moving, because if it's not right where you are, there's so many options that you just keep moving, and sometimes you have to put up with a little bit of, you know,
A little bit of effort.
yeah, a bit of effort, being organised, getting your kit into the van that's been kept dry in the bivvy,
Yeah.
just putting your bivvy and your boat in wet, and then obviously getting it back out again. It's not as bad as it seems. It's just, you know, when you're out in it all day and you know, it's soaking through your hat.
We're now in a van.
Well, yeah. So we're now sat in my van because we've cleared everything out. We've got everything set up, and the back of the van's just here, and it's been
Yeah.
quite windy, and I wanted to cook some lunch. So obviously we've turned up to the lake. It's busy for the areas that we can fish. We have managed to find some pegs in the middle of 2 other guys.
Quite a featureless lake at all, and it's a clayey bottom. And the only feature you can make is bait.
Bait.
I'm fishing on 150 meters.
Yeah.
On the two on my left hand and my right hand rod, and one rod is a bit longer, I think,
Yeah.
shy to 200 meters, just to get, because maybe we are blocked by our neighbors. So
Yeah.
I just put one rod really long, so maybe we'll get some fish from the other side.
Yeah,
today.
maybe. Yeah. I mean, there's fish up to possibly 30 kilo in here again, but there's quite a few smaller fish.
Yeah, that should be a real record. I think what's reachable is 27, 28.
So mid 50s.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of the guy next to me, I've put one quite long, probably 200 meters, 220 meters. And round that one, I've just put some boilie. So I've just put some boilie that I've covered in krill meal, a little bit of liquid, a little bit of attraction, and we're just going to see what the night brings, and then hopefully
We can just stay here a couple of nights, get some nice fish.
That's it. Yeah.
And getting into fishing as well instead
That's
of
it.
pumping up boats. And
I know. Yeah, we've done
moving
it so
and
many
driving
times.
around. So
It's but that's how we're doing it. You know, it's not, we're not camping.
Should
we're
we say
turning up and
the
we're fishing.
next shot is a fish?
Yes. So
That's
hopefully
it.
you're going to see
Next
us with
shot
a fish.
is a fish. We don't know where it is, but the next
But
shot
it's coming.
will be a carp.
It's coming, and
It's
hopefully
coming.
we'll be dry. She's tanking. I've got another take on the other rod. Double take, Bas.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good evening, boys. Yes, finally. Double take business for Bonesy. Completely garnered. All of the day nothing, and then yeah, we just go on to bed. And yeah, as we promised, we only check in if we have a fish. Mine is in. I've drilled my one from the bank, and Bonesy's still out there in the boat. Hopefully he's landing him as well, and then yeah, we will have to show you two fish, guys. Finally.
Finally. Double take as well, Bas.
Yeah.
You had to play one in.
I even
That's
have it.
mad, isn't it?
I even have it on film.
But these weren't on the same spots. So that this one was the long rod that's further than the baited spot, and the one that you landed was off the baited spot. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. They put up a right scrap out there as well. I reckon she's mid-30.
Lovely. Let's get it on the bank.
She's got some width to her, Bas. She has got some width to her.
Same as you.
Right, let's get her out and first fish from the third lake we visited. 36 pounder hard fighting common. Had good fun with this. It caught up with my shorter marker. It managed to get caught up with that, just untangled it, and then it spun me around for a good 10-15 minutes. But look at that, what a frame.
Double take business.
Yeah, and unbelievably double take action, one off the short spot, one off the long spot. Bas has played in the one off the short spot, so we've got another mirror to show you. But for now, here's the first fish, as promised.
Happy days, finally, Bonesy.
It's been hard work the past few days, and hopefully this is the start of the rewards. Come on. Yes. Whew. Oh dear.
Yes, also my first carpenter session, with a little bit of luck. Caught one on my on the rods of Bonesy. It's a really cool carp. Played it from the bank while Bonesy was in the boat playing his fish. And yeah, 2 in a row. Can get used to this. Worked 2 days really hard, and when it's finally kicking off, really happy days, boys. I'm going to put this wild boy back because he doesn't like to be on the bank.
The wild boy.
Wild boy.
Wild boy mirror.
Lovely mirror, isn't it?
Nice. Ace looking fish.
There you go, lovely. Good morning, Bonesy.
Yes, so a little recap of last night. So after I've had that common and Bas has had that mirror, I've had a catfish followed by another mirror early this morning. Bas has also had a fish this morning about the same sort of time. So what we've done is we've got the fishing retainers, we've got all the rods redone, rebaited, so we're going to head over and I'm going to show you the fish and tell you a few little changes that I've made. So here we go, another beautiful French public lake mirror carp. Oh, £32. I was proper buzzed with it because just before this I'd had a catfish and I put the rod back out and I was thinking, oh no, please don't be loads of catfish there. But this one tanked off and I was playing it and I was thinking, is it going to be a cat? Is it going to be a cat? And then I saw it roll a little way out and I was like, yeah, there we go. Another fantastic fish out of this lake. I've made a couple of little changes. One of the things I've changed, I've gone from H blocks to marker poles, and the reason I've done this is if the fish kites around a H block you can get all tangled up in it. However, with a marker pole it just simply slides over, the line goes over it and you can carry on playing the fish. Another little bonus of this fish is I managed to play it from the bank, which means I didn't have to go out in the boat. So happy days. Rods are back out, a bit more bait out there, and I'm buzzing to try and get another one of these fish from this fantastic lake.
Come on, Bonesy.
Off you go, baby.
Good morning, boys. Finally, it is a good morning. Bit of sunshine in the middle of France. And look at this. This is why we come to France. This is why we love public fishing. It's finally the public dream again.
Look at them scales, absolutely stunning. Look at the colour of it.
Nothing. And yeah, it was tanking off in the middle of the night. It was like, burp. Almost pulled my rod in. Gave me a good fight in the boat as well. And yeah, this is why we love it, boys.
Completely pristine.
Yeah, pristine
beautiful
looking fish, really dark.
Them scales are insane. I can't wait to take some pictures.
Yeah, just put the rod back, and when I put the rod back I saw some fish jumping straight over my spot, so it's looking good for the future. And yeah, we'll see, boys. Lovely times. Been a really quiet day, isn't it?
It's been really weird. It's quite muggy now. Although I'm sat here in my jacket, it is fairly warm. Yeah. But it's just this changing weather. 1 minute we've had howling rain, big wind,
look behind
black skies behind us. We've got blue skies over there. It's really weird because we haven't, although we were getting bites through the night last night, we haven't had a touch all day.
No, and your rods were really early already.
Yeah.
Back on the spots. Mine were a bit later, but I also moved my rods. Yesterday, the only take that I had was on the most left-hand rod.
It's about the same range as where I've had takes from, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's slightly a bit further more to the left, and the middle two didn't do nothing. And now I decided to fish one next to a really big weed bed.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, when I was filming. Yeah.
And the other one is almost to the other side of the lake. 380 meters.
Yeah, it's quite a long way. Yeah. That's one thing to get your head round on this public lake fishing. Yeah. It's just how long you can fish sometimes. When you think of a lake being this big, it's, what is it, how many hectares this one?
Yeah, 80 hectares,
so,
yeah.
You know, it's 160 acres, something like that. It's a big old piece of water.
And there's nobody there, like the other side you can't fish.
No, there's only
so
three anglers on it, isn't there? There's us and Russell next door, Chap from England next door, Russell. He did have a fish earlier, didn't he? He had a nice fish, nice
20 kilo common. So
he's had one in the day, but we can't seem to get a bite in the day. But
no.
We're going to keep persisting as we always do. We've got a couple of nights left yet, and it's very pleasant being out here, apart from a nice thunderstorm every now and again.
Yeah, definitely. Now I've also put leads and rigs already in my boat because I'm fishing a long way out. Then when I'm getting a take, put a rod back straight out again, so you don't have to
go back again.
Go back about half a kilometer back.
Yeah, it's a long old way.
And especially at night, we were both quite tired today.
It was a long day. I haven't been able to sleep today, but
no,
you know, I don't think we're going to be able to sleep tonight either, hopefully.
We're fully prepped.
Bring on some more carp.
Yeah. Everything is ready for the night, so
hopefully the next thing you're going to see is another carp out of this wonderful
yesterday
French public lake.
We say the same thing, so
that's right, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Honsie, the carp isn't waiting. It's a dropback.
Yeah. It wouldn't be fishing with Bonesy without a bream. Oh, touch it. Come on. Ah, I can't go anywhere in the world without them. They find me. Absolutely nailed. Look at the size of it. Yes, the bream. Look at that. He's massive.
Oh my god.
The carp.
I think it's going to take me half an hour to get back.
Is that the long rod?
Yeah.
I'll see you in about 20 minutes, Bas.
Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Make me a cup of tea with milk, please.
Not this one.
Au revoir, Monsieur Bonji. Full throttle. 25 kilo. Did it again.
As you can see, I'm a little bit tired, Bas a little bit tired.
A little bit.
We've had a bit of a manic morning. It just kicked off at about 4 o'clock. We haven't even got a rod left in the water.
Nothing.
Just kept going. We've had nightmares, we've had
Catfish.
boat problems, we've had catfish.
Running through my lines with the boat when I was coming back.
God, but you were coming back with something absolutely epic. Bas has had a fish that is quite possibly the lake record.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to confirm this until later on, but we've got fishing retainers, we've got rods everywhere, we've got nets everywhere. It's been a bit carnagey the past couple of hours.
Definitely. It's
so
completely crazy.
I need to get these fish done,
Yeah.
get the rods back out and get back into bed. It is absolutely savage. So let's start off with some of my fish. So my first carp of this morning, 25 pounds, so not one of the big ones out of here, that's for sure, and a lot smaller than the one Bas has had. But I have got a much better common in the retainer, so let's get that one out and have a look at that. Just have a look at this. 38 pound of absolutely stunning common carp. I'm proper buzzing. This place is amazing. All the bites seem to be coming in the early hours, and yeah, this one couldn't resist a little bit of S7. Just sat there, topped with a bit of corn. Absolutely loving life. Again, I've used the semi-stiff slip D, and the hook holds are just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. These fish are never getting away. Using the size 2 wide gate with that rig, and it's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm absolutely buzzed. But still, this is nothing in comparison to the bass on the net.
Almost half the size of it, Bonesy. Keep trying.
Yeah, boy. Let's get this one back because we've got one epic fish to show you.
Well, here we go, boys. Finally, suffer is pleasure, as we already mentioned a couple of times. 2 days of rain, and now the sling is completely filled.
What we got?
28.1 kilo.
So that translates to 61.95 pounds. So basically almost exactly 62 pounds. What a fish. What a fish, Bas.
I remember last session when I caught a 25.8, and now topping it up with this one is just,
It's also your second biggest fish from a public lake, isn't it?
Yeah, we couldn't script this one.
No way. No way.
Let's have a look, let's have a look.
Let's get it out.
Still can't believe it, man. This is a really big net. It's completely full of carp of the dream of 28.1 kilo. Come on, boys. Oh, unbelievable. I didn't even knew this fish was in here. Last time I fished this lake was approximately 2015. Now it's 2023, and they've grown massively. Didn't know that the fish was in here that big. Unbelievable.
Let's get the picking done.
Look at it, boys. This is where it's all about. Let's put it back. Thank you very, very much. Come on, Bonesy.
Hello and welcome to the lake of many different weather systems. I'm in shorts and t-shirt, and very soon, judging by the black cloud over there, I'm going to be back in full rain gear trying to put the kettle on. Quick little update of our day. We've managed to get all the rods back out today. I have actually put one a lot longer. I'm probably at 350 to 400 metres, right next to a weed bed, and Bas had managed to catch that big one from near the weed last night, this morning. I've baited again, pretty much the same as yesterday, not a huge difference. It seems to be working, so it's now just a case of hoping that we can get into a few more fish because it's been ever so enjoyable. But one thing's for sure, we've both just had a little snooze for a couple of hours.
This was so nice. And then the machine came to cut the grass.
What we're going to do is, as soon as this is done, we'll get the drone out and we will film exactly how the guy has cut the grass. Bearing in mind you can see how long the grass was, he has cut a perfect area around us. Absolutely outrageous. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be another night full of bites. I did have a bite in the day, but unfortunately getting into the boat, the line was slack and I managed to lose it, which, well, I didn't lose it, it just come off, which is really annoying, as that was our first like full-time middle of the day bite. So yeah, it's been a good day. We're living life, haven't we, Bas? Lunch ready, gonna make ourselves a coffee, and then a little bit of luncheon. You know, I've taught Bas as well, it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Anybody that says dinner in the middle of the day is wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna put the kettle.
Stopped raining for 5 minutes.
No, it's just started again.
I've done my job, catching big fish.
Oh, here we go.
What have you done?
Here we go.
What have you done? Look,
Caught
there
lots
it is.
of species.
There it is.
Washed up that you never do. Gaz used to be my bank wife, now you're my bank child. And as for raining, look,
Come on,
now it's starting again, look.
I'm hungry, Bonesy.
Sunshine for that, now rain.
Okay, so he's already started again. A little celebration beer.
Yeah, man.
Bonesy. Cheers.
To a very successful fish that was.
Hopefully.
And a successful trip so far.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple of nights left, one for me.
Hopefully you will get a big one as well, and then it's job done, eh?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
We're hiding in the back of the van
because
it's raining again. But what we found is the van's quite useful. Because I bought a Tempest 100 to me and he's got a 150, it just makes it easier for cooking when the weather's really bad. We have put up a Fast and Light, haven't we? But
yeah,
we're comfortable in there.
We haven't been in there. No. Living the dream in a van.
You're living the dream with me waiting on your hand and foot. I'm going to speak to Tessa.
I'm not going to argue on video. We'll keep this for ourselves, guys. As always, we enjoyed ourselves a lot during this filming trip. Especially when I'm catching a fish of 28 kilo to top it all off. It's just really perfect. We enjoyed a couple of beers, made some hamburgers and chilled for the rest of the night. Let's hope that the third night is bringing us some luck again.
Double take.
Which one do you want? No. Which one do you want?
I'll go left.
Left is the middle of the right, is it?
Yeah, middle one.
So, good morning, Bonesy.
Look at the state of me. Another busy night for
Proper bank ready.
I'm feeling bank ready. We've had another great night on this lake. We've got 3 carp in slings. We've had catfish. We've had a few catfish. Pain in the arse.
I had a small common as well.
You had a really small common, didn't you? Which is the first really small fish we've had. When you think my average size has been low to mid 30, which is great sport. So Bas has had a bite on his right hand rod, and we're wandering around sorting bits out. And the next thing his middle rod's going. So we had a double take. I picked up his middle rod, he's picked up his right hand rod, and we've had to go out in boats to go and get them, stop and get entangled up. That one's in the net. I think it's probably a mid to upper 20 mirror. What was yours, Bas?
Yeah, probably the same.
About the same, yeah. But this one fish, the problem is at night, when you're on these big lakes, it is pitch black. Now what I've got is one of the little marker pole lights, and I put it on the bank so that I've got something to come back to. I know where the rods are when I'm coming back. But the problem was that on the boats, someone had got a white light on that looked just the same, and then the guy that's on the end had got a white light on that was just the same. And it was like, I was out in the lake and I drifted with the wind playing this fish because it wouldn't give up. And then at one point I was heading in completely the wrong direction. I met Bas in the middle of the lake and was like, "Where are you going?" He said, "We're there." And I'm like, "Ah, no we're not, that's the light." And then I was heading to the clubhouse for the boat thing. It was an absolute nightmare. But yeah, another great night, and what a place. I'm really enjoying it. We've got basically one night left. We've got to be packed up and gone early in the morning. What we're going to do is, I need coffee. Bas can't function without coffee.
No.
So it's time for a big coffee, then we're going to get these fish out and we'll have a little look. I've got a common that is literally, if you looked at it in length, you'd think that's £50, but it's only about that deep. It's bizarre. So we're going to get that out as well, and I'll show you a few fish from last night. Here we go, first carp of the morning. This is the one that I pinched off Bas's rods. A nice, probably low 20 mirror.
You stole it from me.
Yeah, I stole it. You had a double take. That's the way the cookie crumbles, my friend. You put up a hell of a fight in the boat. I really didn't think I was going to get it in. Stayed really deep. But it's amazing when you get out in the boat with these little short light rods. So much fun, so much fun. But I've definitely got a much nicer common. So let's get the common out and have a look at that.
Lovely times.
Yeah. To take a look at this for a long common. Absolutely ridiculous, but really shallow, which made me think it was a grassy when it turned into the net. Another great hard fighting fish from this lake, and I've been nailing all my fish on a semi-stiff D-rig. Now I fish them with an 18mm wafter top with a bit of plastic corn, However, Bas has had a bit more success with slightly bigger fish using bigger baits, and I've always found that the slip D doesn't work well with baits over 18-20 mil. So I've swapped over to a good old blowback rig. I've got a 22 mil hard hooker on there, topped with a 15 mil pop-up. Hopefully that'll make my way through these 30s, and maybe I'll get a bigger fish before the end of the trip. But for now, time to get this one back, get the rods back out, and hopefully bag a few more. Come on. Where's the long coming?
Small ones, big ones, love them all, boys. This is the fish that I caught as well in a mad feeding spell this morning. We're out together with Bonesy, approximately 200 meters and maybe 20 meters apart from each other.
Playing a little bit of musical boats we were.
Bonesy was a little bit lost on the lake. But yeah, really long common as well. Really long mirror. But yeah, I think it's because of the lack of sleep the last couple of days. We were pretty hammered. It's a shame that we can't get a bite during the day at all. It is what it is, guys. We can't change the feeding spells on this lake.
No way.
Lovely times.
Great times.
Yeah. Let's put it back.
Yeah, get it back. So let's quickly talk about some of the things that you will need to bring and you'll need to do when fishing somewhere like this. Now, I imagine that you lot at home are looking at this saying you'd love to do it, because I can't imagine anything better. These sort of lakes are absolutely incredible to fish, but there is some things you have to think about when coming here. One of the things that I've noticed, especially with fishing with Bas, you know, he's been doing this a long time, he's been out on these public lakes for 10-12 years now, is the size of the bait that he uses. Now for me, I'm quite happy using my semi-stiff slip D rig. I use this a lot in the UK. I've upped my hook size to a size 2. I've got an 18 mil wafter there, topped with a bit of corn. Now this has worked really well for me. However, I have noticed that I do pick up a few bream. Now Bas doesn't catch any bream whenever we go anywhere. So I've upped my hook bait size. And the reason I've done this is to try and avoid the bream picking me up. But what I have found is with the slip D rig, when you up your bait to over 20 mil, it doesn't give the same effect. You don't get the same sort of hook hold. So I've gone to what is classed as probably one of the best and old school rigs, and that's a blowback rig. Now this one, I use a curve shank size 2. I've got a ring on there, a large bait, 22 mil bait with a topper, and this is coming from what I've seen with Bas. He uses this rig all the time. He gets great hook holds, but not only that, Bas has always caught bigger fish when we've gone. Is that an element of just luckiness, or is it because of the rig he's using? So I've actually switched all 3 of my rigs for the last night over to a very similar setup with big baits, big pop-ups on the top, big snowmans, to try and avoid catching some of them bream that I always seem to do. Other things that you've got to think about, this venue is enormous. It's got huge rocks in here, there's loads of snags, there's buoys, everything like that. So you want to use a really heavy leader material. Now the leader material I'm using is this, and this is a leader material that I've been using from Trakker. It isn't labelled up yet, it's just one that they've given me to have a play around with, and this is a 60-pound mono leader. Now that seems quite outrageous because it's so strong, but with the sort of snags that you've got in here with the trees, you've got tree stumps, these are flooded valleys, you've got big rocks, you want something that is super robust but also super reliable. Some little tips about the boats. Now fishing from a boat it's a real enjoyable thing to do, but there's a couple of things that make life a lot easier. Make sure you're prepared. We've always got buckets of bait all ready, so when you're getting in the boat, you've had a fish, there's a bucket of bait in there, so when you get out there you can bait up again. Another thing to have is a little bucket which have got some spare rigs ready, some spare leads, odds and ends like that, so if you get out there and you've got a fish, you can simply lift the fish into the boat, drop another rig and bring it straight back to shore. Finally, another little thing that's really handy is to have a 2-piece landing net. And the reason for this is a 3-foot landing net handle is much easier to move around in the boat when you're landing a fish. Now you don't need to use big rods when you're out here either. You know, I'm fishing with 10-foot, 3-pound test curve rods. They're the Propels. I absolutely love them. They're so much fun to play fish from in the boat. But with a shorter rod, the fish comes up closer to you, which means the 3-foot handle's absolutely perfect. Bring the fish up close to you, scoop it in, then you can roll it down, either attach it to the side of the boat to bring it back or lift it in and put it on a hooking mat and drive it back. So there we go, there's just a few tips, just some little bits that you might want to take into your own fishing should you get the chance to come over here and start fishing some of these incredible public lakes that France has to offer. But anyway, we've got bait out there, we've got bigger rigs out there, I've put bigger baits out for the first time, which really makes me feel weird. I'm so English when it comes to bait and using really small ones, but I've got to look at what Bas does. He knows what he's doing out here. I wanted to switch it up a little bit by going to a bigger bait and just see if it makes any difference. But for now, it's time for a beer chair and a chill and wait for the rod to take off. So again, no daytime bites, we're coming into the evening. Something really nice about the end of a trip is it's as nice as the beginning of a trip. You know, you look forward to it for ages, you plan for it for ages, and you have a successful trip, and we've had a really successful trip. It's been very strange fishing, you know, not having any bites really in the daylight. A lot of the bites come in early hours of the morning. You know, at this point of the trip, you're just hoping for that one more big fish, and you're always wanting that one more big fish. But you know, looking forward to getting home, seeing the family and the missus. But yeah, there's just no cooler place to be. The public dream. Oh,
Get on!
get a horn.
Get on the fish! Okay. I'll get to the fish. Look on it!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And this angry common is the first one of the night. Really lovely fish. And
An early fish.
yeah, I think because of the wind today and the rain of the last couple of days, there's so much oxygen in the water, I just wouldn't want to give up. Took the boat a couple of rounds on the lake, and then yeah, lovely times to get off the mark on the last night of a really great session already. Let's put this baby back, and hopefully he'll follow some more.
Off he goes.
Bye bye. Go get your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle, your sister,
Hey cousin.
everything was bigger.
Anyone that's bigger.
This is a really good way to end the trip, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely fish. Little halfling. Bizarre night though, I really thought I was going to get into some fish again, and all I had, typical Bonesy.
Unbelievable that you caught a bream on a 24 with a 15 mil on
No,
it.
22 with a 15 mil
22.
popper, yeah. Yeah, no matter where I go in the world, they find me. I am the Green King.
Yeah, I had 3 takes, caught another common, put straight back in the lake again.
Yeah, it's
Approximately
nice.
14, 15, 15
Yeah.
kilo. It was a good fish.
That was the one we got on film last night. The
No,
one-
I caught another one.
Oh, you had another one?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. I just put
Didn't
it
wake
straight.
me up, I was knackered.
Yeah. Give the old man some rest.
Oh,
eh?
yeah.
But, oh,
Fine icing on the cake, look at that.
are you okay to be in front of the camera with your lovely friend Bas?
What a cracking fish.
Look
Great
at that.
way to end it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing lake,
Half
amazing
liner,
wind.
14 kilo approximately.
Started,
Somewhere 14, 15, but
yeah,
yeah, who cares?
just bizarre about my night. It's really weird. But we had a real difficult start to the week, and then we managed to get onto this lake, third lake we visited, and we've had a really nice few days.
Gets a 28 kilo.
Yeah, 28 kilo, what a fish.
So 62. or-
Yeah, one of the biggest fish in this lake. We've chatted to a few locals, and
Yeah.
it's definitely one of the biggest fish in the lake. Russ, who was fishing up the way, an English guy, he's been here for a few days. He's out for 2 months fishing public lakes like we are, and we've been having nice chats with him, and he was telling us lots about this lake. But it's been an epic trip anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, thank
As
you,
always.
Bonesy.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
thank you, Bas.
Thanks for
Look at
watching for the 3rd episode.
Woohoo.
And we will get back
Yeah.
in October, isn't
Yeah,
it?
October for the third one. That's
So
right.
don't forget.
Hit the subscribe button and like the video, and don't forget, plenty more of this coming from me and Bas.
Thank you for watching. Living the public dream, boys. Look at it.